gosh, hey YouTube, what's up? It's been so long since I've been here. It's Juniper Smiles, of course. I mean, who else would it be? Uh, so I apologize for being gone for, I want to say like almost 6 months. Life definitely took some turns here and there, and well, here I am back and trying to, I guess, be a little bit more active on YouTube, learning some new things. As you can probably tell, I made an intro, which I spent all day on, which took way too long. But that's not what we're here to talk about. As you can tell, this is a voiceover. I've already recorded my video, and I am now just kind of flipping through my planners I used for 2018. As you can tell, right now we're flipping through my Nuuna. This was my pink metallic Nuuna and the first Nuuna I got. I loved it, but you can probably already tell I didn't really complete very many spreads. I started not liking my color palettes that I chose, and it just kind of became a mess. I liked the Nuuna. I like the book. It's beautiful, obviously. I'm using another one this year. But I just didn't really like how I set this one up. Some of the spreads were beautiful, and it really, I got really good at being creative with it and thinking of some really good, ideas here and there and things I wanted to add. And I got, into the whole scrapbooking kind of like weekly setups, which was awesome. But I just I didn't like how I set up this particular notebook. So I only used it for a couple of months before I actually switched, but I kept the same kind of idea that I got, going with the whole, kind of like how I was designing things. I changed things a lot, this year, and I definitely minimalized a lot this year. And don't worry, I do have a video I'm working on that is a flip through of my 2019 setup. It's very minimal, very to the point, so it's going to be a very kind of short and sweet video for you guys. It won't be very long. I'm trying to work on the length of my videos. As you can tell, they can be a little bit lengthy, so I'm just trying to make some changes, and be more minimal with things, both with like my videos and my planners. Right about here is where I got done with this one. I didn't fill in about more than half of it, I want to say, which I do feel bad about, but as you can tell from the back, I was cutting pages out. So when I needed a piece of, micro dot grid paper to put into my other Nuuna to cover something, or if I wanted to use it for a different art project, I've been actually cutting it out of the back of the pink one. Next is my favorite bullet journal I've ever had. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite. I even got the exact same one for this year, and I love it so much. So this is another Nuuna. It's a Nuuna S, which is an A6, I believe. Yes, about an A6. It's a little bit larger than a pocket. The size for me is perfect. The micro dot grid can be really hard to get used to at first. My first journal, as you could tell, I did struggle a bit for the first week or two. But after that, I started to get the hang of the size of how to space things, how I wanted to, set stuff up, and about how big I could actually be writing, which for me works because I do write fairly small, and I use a Hobonichi pen, which has a fairly small, tip. I'm not exactly sure what size, so I apologize for that. If you do know the size of the Hobonichi pen, you can definitely tell me in the comments because I have no clue. But it's really easy to write small with it, and I love that. I do love writing with a Sharpie fine, but I don't like the bleed through, and Sharpies and Nuunas don't go great together. I did get away with a lot of mediums in this, which was definitely awesome, but I did notice that there were some things I was not able to do. You can't watercolor in these, you can't color really heavy because your pages will bleed. I can use stamps as long as, I'm gentle and I'm careful. Some pages would bleed through, like the June cover page bled through the gold, so I actually mimicked it on the back side, and it definitely fit it, but it wasn't what I originally planned. So for any spreads that were really dark and heavy, like the firefly spread I just showed, I did put something on the back of that to cover it, just hide it. And for me, that I don't mind doing that. It adds kind of a scrapbooking effect to my journal, and I love how chunky my book felt at the end of the year. So for me, that definitely worked. I did stop using my Nuunas for 2 months, which were August and September. And then I came back to the Nuuna in October. So for 2 months, I actually did switch out. And the reason I did that was I wanted to try and make things more minimal. I was spending way too much time on my planner, and I wanted to take some more time and focus on myself. And I really needed that, and I'm really, really glad that I did do that, because it brought me back to where I needed to be. And I did go back to being kind of scrapbooky after that. But once I started setting up my planner for this year, I set up 3 different planners before I finally settled on one, which I'm not proud to say, but that's what happened. And by the time I finally, set up one of them, I was like, I really regret switching notebooks. I want to go back to the Nuuna. And when I did, I just made everything more minimal. I didn't want to include any extra spreads or anything. So I think doing the whole minimal 2 months that you're actually about to see right now really, really helped me get an idea of what was important to me for bullet journaling. And yeah, switching was a big thing, and I didn't really use this notebook as much as I probably should have. But it was really nice to get that breath of fresh air without feeling confined to it. Like, I knew I could go back at any time. And it really helped me, So I actually do flip through everything, because I originally did set this up to use it. And I ended up deciding that it just wasn't for me at first. And so doing the whole minimal thing in this really worked for me. I did do a lot more drawing and sketching in this one, as you can tell. I still stuck with the black and gold, which is a running theme for me. I want to say I kind of used black and gold in my 2019, but you know what? I really don't think I did. I don't think I used really any color until I got to the monthlies. Like, it's definitely a crazy change from 2018 to 2019, and I'm really excited to show you guys where I'm at. If you don't follow me on Instagram, then oh boy, are you in for a treat. Unless you're on the amino group, then you've definitely seen my spreads. But I really liked, I liked the break. I liked the breath of fresh air. So I guess to fill you guys in on where I've been, because you're probably wondering, like, why is she just talking about her journal? We can see it. We want to know where you were for 5-6 months. So, first things first, the unboxing videos were going to be awesome. However, I unfortunately unsubbed from Planner Society for a while, so I sadly will not be doing those. I am, however, saving up and really thinking about possibly subbing to a Sophie and Toffee subscription kit for resin, because as some of you know, I work with resin. I love working with resin. Shameless plug, but I'll put my Etsy shop in the description, and I totally have, like, a promo right now, which is only on for a couple more days, so I really shouldn't be saying anything about it, but I'm really, 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 like, proud of what I've been doing. So I was thinking about maybe subscribing to one of their kits and, trying that and incorporating that into what I already do. And if I do, maybe I'll definitely, like, do unboxing videos if that's something you guys would be interested in. I still don't know if I'll do resin videos or anything, just because where I do my resin and where I record my videos are 2 completely different locations, and it would be really hard for me to set up the ability to record. Like, just with how you work with resin, it's a long story. It just would be kind of complicated. So if I were to do that, it'd have to be down the line when I have my spare room, like, set up as a craft space, and I actually have the proper space set up for it, because right now it's definitely not ideal for recording. Like, at all, not even, like, of my hands. So that I do, but I could possibly do unboxing at least if I do, but we'll see. That won't be for a while. So as far as, like, recording goes, I kind of just fell out of it. I really struggled with it. I wasn't doing good with it at all. And I decided to save up and get a cable that I could actually attach to my iPad, which would allow me to pull my video and picture files off of my camera, which is awesome. So now I'm directly putting my videos and stuff into my iPad, which is great because I use a brand new iPad. I don't have the Pro, but I just have, like, the regular 2018, I think, model. And I love it. I was using it for, like, trying to learn digital art, but I've been using it a lot more to learn how to do video editing. Hence my new intro. So I've been doing everything on my iPad, which is great because now I can actually, like, bring it into another room to do the voiceovers, and I can get away from the fish tank, and I can like hide from my cat when she's being loud. So I'm really hoping that I can get back into it now that I've been learning a lot more. I do want to try and start adding some more like types of videos. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to stop talking because this video is totally almost over. So thank you guys so much for watching and listening to me talk for 11 minutes. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up. As always, comments telling me, how to improve, things I can do better are always appreciated. Give me a like, subscribe, check out my links in the description. Definitely follow me on Instagram. And until next time, happy planning!